Hey friends, hope everybody's doing great today. I've been very busy this morning with back-to-back calls through the first half of the day. Now it's time for me kind of to stretch my legs and decompress a little bit from all that pressure from work. I am just gonna do a couple of things while I'm stretching my legs. Actually, my kids are coming back from school in about an hour, and I want to make sure when they are at home, they've got some good stuff to eat. So I absolutely love providing them, good healthy options. That's on a budget, not too expensive. So today we're going to be making miso soup. There are different varieties, right? I'll show you the one that's have been popular in my family. So incredibly, I've got 4 little children, 4 under 9. Everybody, absolutely, I love it. So let's get started. Roll up your sleeves, put the smile on your face, and let's keep going. I'm just going to put the apron. It looks like my son was using it the other day. My son is in elementary school, but I try to bring him and all kids, to as many activities that I do. I'm a part of their life. They're part of my life. So now I need to go and adjust it. But anyway, so I've got a couple of pots ready. So let's keep going. One is I'm just going to put pot with water. Just want to make sure we have enough water in the pot. That's going to be the actual base, for the miso soup. Once the water is boiled, you know what? I've got some, because I'm not using any stock today. You can do it with the beef stock or chicken stock or vegetable stock. I just want to make sure there's a little bit more flavor. There are different options. You can put some artificial stuff, but let me just go and add some dry seaweed, and I don't do a lot, maybe just 2-3 pieces, just to give it a little bit of flavor. Once the water is boiled with the seaweed, we will let it cook, maybe for 5-7 minutes, 10 minutes on a small fire. And the other one is just I'm going to be putting some water for noodles. I've got, let me see what I have today. I've got 2 types. We eat this miso every, probably several times a week. So there is one that I have. This is buckwheat noodle. And this one is the udon beet style. I think we had buckwheat maybe a week ago. So let me go and do some udon style. Udon style is great. Feels good on your stomach and gives enough energy for kids to make it through the second half of the day. So the one that I get, they typically prepackaged already, kind of in little bundles. 2 is going to be plenty for my children. We'll just wait for the water come to a boil, and that's going to be sort of our next step. Once the water is boiled, I've got 2 types of miso paste. The one that I get, we are not allergic to like MSG, but I've been buying natural stuff, no MSG. Some of that's slightly fermented. Absolutely love the taste. Absolutely love how body feels after you eat that miso. So miso, you don't need to boil it. So once the water is boiled, while the stock is ready, just take it off the fire. Add a little bit of miso paste, and we'll talk a little bit more about it. And and it will be ready to serve. But one step at a time. Just waiting for the water to boil for both miso and for noodles. Okay, so it looks like water is boiling and noodles are ready to go. There are so many types of noodles out there, so I always go and check how long it takes to boil them. So this one is 5 minutes. So 5 minutes is great. I really don't like when they're overcooked. I really al dente. Like I like when there is a little bit of not the crunch, but when there is a little bit of like sort of meat when you're biting on it. So let's do that. Removing this paper that is holding those bottles in place. Sometimes it's easy just to break them in half, but I don't. The true Asian people can tell me whether you're supposed to break them or not. But I personally like when they are a little bit when they're longer. So let's make sure they get in the water, and we will get the clock started. I suggest once they are in the water, maybe mix them a few times, especially at the beginning, just to make sure they don't stick to each other and they are all boiled separately. So this one is good to go. We will put it on the medium, and yeah, this one is good to go. The water with the seaweed stock is coming close to a boil. So let me see if I have a lead. I hope I do, and if not, I will have to find it somewhere, because I would have loved. Yep, I got it. It was in the dishwasher. So we'll get this thing covered in a few minutes. But this one, it's good. It's you can actually see a little bit of a color coming from the seaweed, which is fantastic. So yeah, that's the type that I use. See, kind of big pieces, very slippery. So just be careful. So, and these are the noodles cooking. So I'm just gonna lower the heat. And this one start boiling, so I am just gonna close the lid, put it on the low, and so we've got 3 minutes to go on noodles, and after that we will add probably another 5 for the seaweed stock. I'll just make it a little bit medium. Yeah, so okay, so the seaweed stock is almost it's boiled. So now we'll just keep it going for a few minutes, for about 5 minutes or so. And the noodles are almost done. We've got 30 seconds left. Let me make sure we have a strainer. Since I am going to be serving them in about half an hour to my children, I will strain the water and I'll wash them, rinse them with cold water. Otherwise, it's going to be all sticky. If it was served immediately, then I wouldn't probably do that. So now noodles are ready. I'll just strain them and rinse them with cold water. I'm not showing you how to rinse noodles. Hopefully everybody knows. If not, I'll make a separate video. But straightforward process, and we will wash it, dump all the excess water, and here you go. Just make sure to turn off the heat, and noodles are ready. So yeah, stock is, keep going, but give it a couple of minutes. I will just put noodles away. When I'm working in the kitchen and I do a lot of cooking, I just absolutely love just keeping it clean, keeping it neat. It helps to stay focused. It's on a task. It helps to really enjoy the process. Get the good tools and use them. I think that's good. So I am just gonna turn off water, turn off the heat. Pick up this stuff, the seaweed from. It's pretty thick, so it's gonna be. It's not gonna be. You're not gonna be eating that. I mean, maybe there are some people who eat it. And put it in the comments if if this is pretty thick one. So maybe there is a way. And I'm constantly learning. So if there is anything, if you have any suggestions, recommendations, put them in the comments. I would love to hear them. In my case, I'll just dispose them. So now with the stock ready, we had white miso last week. Let me do the following. Let me do a red one today. There are so many different brands, and I'm not Asian, so I'm not as close to like what the different types are. All I know that I get what I typically buy, something that's worked in my family, and then work in my family. I just want to stick to it because with the kids, they're so picky. I'm trying. I want to make sure they're not too picky, but at the same time, if there is something that they don't like, there is absolutely no way to to force them. So this stuff has been working in my family. So I am just gonna go here. We've got like 1 liter of water, maybe a little bit more. So I am just gonna add 3 tablespoons, and I go with like good ones, not I want to make sure there is enough flavor. Because I have not added any sort of spice or any salt. It will also give sort of the right texture and the right flavor to my soup. Then I see some people mixing these spoons. It does not work for me very well. I really like this little guy that I have. It's so easy to break. Miso paste, and once it's broken, we will let it sit for a few minutes. You can actually see this is like from the handhold mixer, but it has very fine wires, and it's been working great. You buy one stuff and use it different ways, which is amazing, in my opinion. So, okay, this stuff is ready. Next one is let me get a little bowl, and we will start little bowl, and I need to find something. Here you go. Here's the little guy that I'm going to be using to put broth in my bowl. So let me just add noodles. Not going to be doing a lot, but just something that's, sometimes it's better. Not always. Sometimes it's better to eat before kids show up. Keeping in mind we've got a couple of school activities. I need to finish my work day. Once they get back, I will need to probably work for 2-3 hours, and it's going to be, a busy afternoon. But today I'm just, I'm gonna eat it before they show up. And once they show up, I'll feed them, and they will start doing their homework. I'm going to continue working. It's going to be a very busy afternoon as well. I got a corporate job, but it's a challenging, it's a high responsibility job. So which I absolutely enjoy doing. But this is something that's a part of my life is making sure my kids are happy, I'm happy, and so here you go. A little bowl of miso soup with noodles. Enjoy it. Let me see. Let me try. Yep, that's perfect. This is why I cook noodles. If it says 5 minutes, it's 5 minutes. So there is a little bit of a crunch, and I absolutely enjoy it. And it's really good. It's really tasty. I always feel incredibly great after I eat this type of meal. So thank you very much for watching.